What's going on, everybody? So Matt Peck here. We are going to be going over today on how to use TradingView and do some TradingView basics. We're going to talk about how to add indicators. We're going to talk about how to create watch lists and alerts and stuff like that. These are some pretty simple things that with TradingView will help you out a lot in the long term. So come on, let's go have some fun for a little bit. I am going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to hit that. All right, so now that you guys can see my screen, we're going to make it pretty simple to make things for you. So inside TradingView is a couple of different things you want to know and understand. One of the big things is that up top right here, this is where you add things you're looking for. If you're looking for specific pairs such as Euro, USD, you can find that right inside the Forex or all. And these on the right hand side here, these are all going to be the different brokers and data feeds that you can choose from. So if you're using one of these brokers, it's typically best to choose one that makes the most sense for you and that works with what you're doing. So now that I've got this here, we're going to actually make it pretty simple. Whenever you have right here, you have your time frame. And this will change the time frame of the chart that you're on based on whatever you are trading and whatever time frame you prefer. If you click this little drop down here, you're going to find different types of candlesticks that you can use. So like for me, I have favorited my candles and my Hakanashi candles, which are my two favorite ones that I prefer to use as I go through. And then right here next to it is going to be what we call the indicators. So this is where you actually find all of the indicators that you want. If it's one that's been shared with you, it's actually going to be down here in the invite only, which will give you access to a lot of different ones inside of it. Of course, I've got some that I've created, so that's what I have inside here. But all you do is you find the one that you want to do, you click it, and it adds it to your screen right there. Now, that is pretty much the simplest way to go about utilizing it and making things easy right here inside the indicators tab. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is very simply how to create what's called a watch list. So a watch list is how you can add different pairs that you'd like to trade and be easily to access them and find them inside of your TradingView. So here's how it actually works and operates. So I'm going to find one that I don't currently have on my chart. Let's actually do a crypto pair. We're going to actually choose to go with LTC, which is Litecoin. Right here, let's actually use the Coinbase one. It says LTC and USD. So I'll click on it, and that opens it up for me right here. Now that it's open inside of it, this right here is the current watch list I have. If I had this little button right here where it says add symbol, I can go right inside here. I can search for this, LTC, just like I did. And right here next to a little button, I can click it. What I can do is obviously when I'm done, I prefer to organize mine. So I'll drag it up all the way to the top and put it right here inside with the cryptos as it goes through. So really that's the easiest thing to do is if I search it from up top right here, I can find it. I can also by right clicking on it, excuse me. That's probably the easiest way to do it. And then right here, you have some additional things that you can find inside of it as well. But now that I've got inside, if I want to delete it off my chart or off my watch list, I can click the trash can right here, which will go ahead and get rid of it. Now that I've got, I can find pairs. I know my time frames, candles. I can add indicators to my chart, and I can make a watch list. One thing you can also do is you can click here and you can do a couple of things. You can add an alert to the watch list. You can make a copy. You can share your list. And you can also add different sections, which is what I've done down here. While it's like cryptos here, metals and indices is here, majors and so forth like that. Just kind of help keep things organized and looking pretty. This little hamburger right here, there's 3 dots, allows me to change the information that I have that I can see on the pairs that are on my watch list. But the next thing I can do is I can click here. I can create a new list by going right here. It says create new list. And we're going to name this YouTube test. So we'll save it. So now that I've got no pairs on it right here, I can click the plus button. I can find the one that I want to add. So I just go ahead and add BTC and just click it and adds it right there to it. And then I can search whatever I want to look for now just to be able to make things easy. So now that I've got those added to my watch list, let's go ahead and talk about setting alerts for these different pairs. So once you've got an indicator on your, in other words, we're using pullback, the basic version. What I'm using my right head right here to where it says alert, and I'm on Bitcoin on the 30-minute chart. I'm gonna hit alert. And right here, you can see it's got the symbol that I opened up, which is BTC, and it's because condition. Now, on the condition side of it, it gives me a couple options. I have the price point, so in other words, I can put whenever it hits, 86,000, it'll give me an alert for pullback. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click down here. I'm going to find my indicator, which in this case is basic pullback, and I've already got my any alert functions on. And the interval, which is the same as chart, you can click this and you can change the time frame that you're doing. So even if you're on the 30-minute time frame, you can add it to, say, the 5-minute chart if you wanted to. The next part here says open. This is the alert name. Now, this is actually default because I created the alert, but if you did something different, you could actually customize it a little bit more and give it a different name that you wanted to do inside of it. But then all I'll do is I'll hit the word create. And now, whereas I'm right here at the top where I'm on my watch list, I can hit it to my alerts tab, and I can actually find this is the alert that I just created a few minutes ago. And once I find this alert inside of here, I can actually delete the alert. I can make edits to it, which opens this tab back up. And I can also pause it if I don't want to get that alert anymore. So we'll go ahead and delete that off my chart for now because I don't want any extra ones inside of it. But that is ultimately the fastest and shortest version of how to set up your trading view. So once again, just to do a quick reminder of it, up top right here is where you can search for specific pairs that you're looking for. Right next door to it is your time frames that you can change your chart to. This little drop down will open up different types of candlestick patterns and stuff like that. So like if I want to say go Hikinashi, it would change my chart to all Hikinashi candles. The next thing I'm going to do right here is indicators. This is where you can actually search for indicators. You can have ones that you make. You can have ones that you favorited. Now, not all of these are ones I created, obviously. Some of these are other people's indicators, but I do like them, such as, this audit harmonic one. But I can also just go and search for different things such as, volume. And it pulls up all these different indicators that I can actually choose from. And then, of course, if you have one that's been given to you, it's going to be right here inside the invite only section as it goes through. And then right next door to it is going to be the alert. This alert button right here is how you can go in and actually set your alert. So, BTC Hikinashi, I can drop this down and choose a specific indicator I want to use. And then this allows me to choose the function, same interval as the time chart or whatever I want to choose for it. The expiration date, and of course the alert name. Now, one thing to also mention, I should do this while I go, is right here where it says notifications. So notification gives you a couple different choices how you find out about the actual alert itself. Notify in app, which means if you're using it on your phone or on your computer or on your tablet, it'll notify you right there on top of it. So you'll get an alert on the, it'll be just a normal alert that says, hey, you got an alert for this. This right here says show toast notification. When this is on, whenever you're looking at TradingView, it's actually going to show up right here in the bottom corner of it. And of course, you can do things such as webhooks, and you can decide if you want to play a sound. You can also decide if you want to send you a text message if you would like to get notified of that as well. So just kind of know and understand, once I do that, it will actually allow me to hit create, and it'll make the alert for me. And of course, now whenever you want to add something to your watch list, you can drop down and create a new list, and then simply USD, just like that. I'll find one that works for me, what I'm doing. I will just choose this one for now, and it'll actually add it right here to your chart. You can also delete it by hitting the little button. And then I can also do things such as give it a name. If I want to ever change the name of it, I can rename it here. I can add a section. So if I want to add an extra section inside of it, I'm allowed to do that. That way I can rename it. And then I can add another section underneath it. That way I can have multiple pairs, kind of like what I did on my standard list. My baseline, my cryptos, my metals, indices, and stuff like that, just to keep organized. If I'm not trading any of this stuff, I'll close them down so that way they're not just open, but that way I can stay focused on what I want to do. And then, of course, whenever I do create my alerts, right here where it says alerts, I can click on it, and I can see all the alerts that I have created. And then I can also see the log of all the alerts that have went off in the meantime as a way to find it. And then obviously whenever I go to the alert itself, I can delete the alert, I can edit the alert, or I can pause or start the alerts. Tutorial on how to actually get inside of TradingView and make some real basic stuff for it. The idea, once again, is just to showcase some simple things that you can do inside TradingView. We'll do some additional trainings on how to do different things with your screens, how to open multiple sections at the same time, and have some more fun with it. But these are really the basics of understanding. Whenever you start trading and you're using TradingView, you want to do things such as, create your watch list, set your alerts, make sure you have your indicators added to your chart, and you have them favorites so you can find them at any point in time. And so that's it. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone.